Should John Cena win his last match? The internet wrestling community is going to have a field day with this one. How's it going, everybody? I am Casey Cameron. Welcome back to Leg Slapper, and yes, that's right. Today we are going to discuss whether or not John Cena should win his last match ever in the WWE. If you've been living under a rock for the last little while, you haven't watched any Raw or any SmackDown, you may not have realized that there is this small time tournament going on, you know, this little thing, not really a big deal. The Last Time Is Now tournament, and the prize of this tournament is if you manage to get to the end, you manage to beat all these other performers, you get to be the one to have the chance to retire John Cena. We are already a little bit through the tournament right now, and yes, SmackDown this week was pre-taped, but I will not be including spoilers for that in this video. So we're just gonna look at what the bracket is as of right now, as of recording this video. On the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw, unfortunately, it just happens. It was a freak accident of a Hurricane Rana. Penta got injured. It looks like he might have popped out his shoulder. Hopefully, it's just a small injury. It's not that big of a deal. Any injury is a terrible injury, of course. We wish Penta all the best. Penta, get better soon. I was really rooting for Penta to continue, but apparently Solo Sikoa is the one that got to move on in the John Cena tournament. The Last Time Is Now tournament. Solo Sikoa is one step closer to being John Cena's final opponent. At the same time, on that same episode, we also got to see the excellent Gunther versus Carmelo Hayes, and oh my god, please let Carmelo Hayes wrestle really well with other interesting performers more. We need this on SmackDown. He has been doing nothing. I would love to see this Carmelo Hayes every single week. But yes, Gunther beat Carmelo Hayes. Gunther is the one that moves on, and apparently now we're gonna get Gunther versus Solo Sikoa to figure out who is going to be in the finals on one side of the bracket. Over on the other side of the bracket, we have SmackDown this week. It is pre-taped. These matches have already happened, and some people do already know the outcomes. I won't be discussing them here. I will just be saying what I think is likely to happen. I do think both of these matches are fairly obvious. To me, I think Jey Uso will be beating Rusev and moving on, and then I think LA Knight will be beating whoever this mystery opponent is that is coming in to replace an injured Sheamus. I feel like these are both self-explanatory things. I feel like if we have two heels on one side of the bracket, we're gonna have two baby faces on the other side of the bracket, so that our finals is guaranteed to be a face versus a heel. What that means is one of these four people will be John Cena's last opponent. And oh man, I can hear people already screeching, because John Cena may face Jey Uso or Solo Sikoa, but he also may face Gunther or LA Knight. I can see a lot of fans being really unhappy with the first two names, and a lot of fans being happy with that second pairing of names. And honestly, if you ask me, I do think Gunther should be the one to win this tournament, but the thing is, realistically, you can make a case for all four of these guys. But here's the wrinkle. One of these four guys might be the guy that goes on to lose to John Cena in his last match, something that will always be attached to that performer. Is there anything wrong with losing to John Cena in his last match? No, not necessarily. It's John Cena. But there is a little bit of a wrinkle in the fact that you will forever be the guy who lost to John Cena, the guy who couldn't get it done in John Cena's last match. John Cena, who has openly been saying in public interviews he is retiring because he can no longer go to the level that he once could. If you're saying that either Jey Uso, Solo Sikoa, LA Knight, or Gunther are the future of the company by picking them as the guy to give John Cena his last match, well, what does it mean if that guy loses? See, I've seen all the arguments for why John Cena should win. It's a happy ending. It bookends his story perfectly. We've had a rocky road to get here, but John Cena was able to close it out. He won his retirement match. Hooray for John Cena. And I would say that is the biggest missed opportunity on the planet. The happiness, the celebration of John Cena has been this retirement tour. The happiness and the celebration of John Cena has been his matches like Cena versus Cody at SummerSlam or Cena versus AJ Styles. These matches are the celebration of John Cena. You could even throw in some of his heel matches because some of those were really good. Those are his celebration. This is his celebration. Just being here, being a part of all of this, getting to see the fans one last time. That's John Cena's happy ending. That's his story. He doesn't need the finale to be a happy ending for him, because giving back to the business is what John Cena should be seeking to do. It literally is in the core of his character, if you ask me. So yeah, if you're asking me, outside of Solo Sikoa, because I don't really love Solo. He's really been growing on me lately. Of the four, I don't see him as the guy to retire John Cena, so I feel like if Solo were to be the one to get to face John Cena, I think Cena would be going over. But in the other three instances, I think it should be, and probably would be, any of the three of Jey Uso, Gunther, or LA Knight, I think they would get the win over John Cena. Cena doesn't need the win. The show is about John Cena. It's John Cena's retirement. The people that are there are not going to be there for Saturday night's main event. Nobody even knows what's on the card yet other than John Cena's last match. That is all you need. You could probably sell out an entire stadium full of people just on John Cena's last match alone, and I think you could probably do that without even announcing who his opponent is. People want to be there for that moment, for that, wow, this is history we're witnessing right here. It's not about a happy ending. It is about a beautiful ending. And a beautiful ending for John Cena would be, yes, look at these guys, this next generation coming in. They're incredible. And yeah, John Cena shouldn't be able to hang with Jey. He shouldn't be able to hang with Gunther. He shouldn't be able to hang with LA Knight. He probably should be able to hang with Solo, but let's say maybe he shouldn't be able to hang with Solo Sikoa. To me, it just doesn't make sense. The beauty of the moment isn't going to be, oh no, we're all upset because John Cena lost his last match. The beauty of the moment is going to be after that guy beats Cena, he celebrates and he leaves, the man left standing in that ring will be John Cena. The man to close that show is going to be John Cena, whether it's him taking off his wristbands and laying them on the mat, or whether he's taking off his, like his arm band that he has and he gives it to a fan. John Cena will have his final moments to close the show, I am sure. And that's going to be the beauty, the beautiful moment, the happy ending is that John Cena got an entire year to come back, have fun, and end his career on his own volition, instead of being forced to end his career or living in infamy by not ending his career at the right time like many, many, many wrestlers do. If John Cena walks into his retirement, loses, and actually retires, John Cena's story will be one of the most satisfying in professional wrestling history. I'm saying it here. You heard it here first, folks. I'm saying it. Not only should John Cena lose his last match, again, you can argue about Solo Sikoa. Not only should John Cena lose his last match, but I think John Cena losing his last match is the perfect decision. Have John go out giving back to the business that he was the head of, that he helmed, that he saw through, even though, and again, I hated John Cena when I was younger. I was part of the Cena sucks crowd. Now, I was never a let's go Cena guy. I can respect what John Cena's done, and that is why John Cena should lose this match. Tell me what you think. Do you want to see John Cena win? I can understand people disagreeing with me. Getting to see John Cena win that match would be incredible. It would be amazing. It would be a beautiful, happy ending. I just think if we're doing these things, everything needs to be in service of the business, and I think it's best for business for John Cena to lose. That's it for this one. I've been Casey Cameron. Get down in those comments. Tell me what you think. Do you think I'm wrong? Tell me why you would want John Cena to either win or lose, and who you think will be the person to face John Cena. I'll be back very soon with some more wrestling videos.